Okay, I'm going to show how the new O3 on ChatGPT is an absolute game changer for work. Okay, I'm going to show you some chicken scratching that I did on a whiteboard. As you can see, this is almost part of my daily brainstorming, sharing of ideas, etc. on a whiteboard. And I don't know about you, I have a hard time remembering after I do this. But today we're going to put ChatGPT O3 to the test, where I'm going to give all of these to ChatGPT and then ask it to not only summarize but create an extensive report for me based on these whiteboard and screenshots. Okay, so let me start with the prompt and then we will see what it produces. So I'll go ahead and give it a prompt and I'm going to start dictating the prompt. Okay, ChatGPT, so attached are some whiteboard screenshots of the detailed process flow that I have tried to describe from 1 to 11. These are different steps in the process of managing an e-commerce business end to end. What I want you to do is look at each of these steps, analyze them, and create an entire business flow for me, describing each step and what should be done within each step, identify the specific action, identify some appropriate SLAs, and identify roles and responsibilities within each step of the process flow. Obviously, extract information from what I have described on the whiteboard, but I want you to use industry best practices. Go ahead and research the internet and identify what are some additional best practices that I can incorporate in this process flow. Once you've done that, summarize for me at the end which steps were extracted from the whiteboard screenshots and which were added based on industry best practices. Once you've combined all of that, create a detailed white paper for me, which describes how to manage the end-to-end business process for an e-commerce business with best practices and recommendations on SLAs, roles and responsibilities, and specific process optimization techniques. Go ahead and create this report for me and that I can convert into a Word document and publish as standard operating procedures for my company. Okay, now it's off to the races. It's going to take all of this information. I think it's transcribing my words right now, but once it's done transcribing, there you go. Now it has a clear set of instructions for me. I'm going to press go, and now it's analyzing all the images as well as the instructions that I've given it. Okay, so now it's asking me a few questions. What type of e-commerce model are you using? Okay, I'm going to answer these questions. So B2C, what is the scale of your operations? So let's say daily 1,000 orders. Okay, now it's asking me, are you primarily shipping domestically? I would say, okay, so the third question, are there any specific tools or platforms you're using? Yes, let's say Shopify. Okay, are you primarily shipping both? And do you want any recommendations include modern tech? Yes, go ahead. Okay, so now given the information, it's going to now not only review all of these screenshots, but now we'll do research and combine that with what I have given it. So what's cool about O3 is that it has this multimodality capability that it can extract information out of images, it can combine it with your set of instructions, and then it can also execute things like deep research. And then combining all of these sets of information, it can reason through what you asked for and will deliver exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so we're going to let it do the research, which is going to take 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and show you what it found. Okay, here we go again. So it worked really hard. You can see it worked for 17 minutes and did a whole bunch of things. Essentially, what it was looking to do was build an end-to-end process flow with best practices and recommended SLAs. So it took my prompt, it took my chicken scratch from the whiteboard, and then interestingly, if you look at it, tried to read, which I bet is not easy. So it tried to read using OCR and different Python scripts to understand exactly what I had written. And once it analyzed, it basically went screen by screen, um, column by column, because it understood there is an information hierarchy to what I have on the screen, and essentially then decoded what each of the images were saying, and then it organized it. Based on that organization, then it now started searching the external resources. It knew that I'm using Shopify as a platform, so it went and read a bunch of documents to understand what some best practices were, what the SLAs were that could be helpful. It took a whole 17 minutes to not only just analyze what I gave it, but also then turn this into almost a white paper. So you can see this paper, e-commerce operations process flow, and order receipt to return. So you got that right, did everything I wanted it to cover. And then basically gave a description of what this is, which is managing a high volume B2C e-commerce operation, 1,000 orders a day, which you got from me. And then you can see it broke it down step by step into the process step. What are the SLAs? What are the roles and responsibilities that one should have? What are the optimization opportunities? And you can see it's done that for each and every step that was listed on the whiteboard. And this is an extremely comprehensive document, as you can see. And if we had somebody in the operations team write this document after researching the best practices online, it would have probably taken them at least a week or two to complete this document, not just document what was on the whiteboard, but combine it with best practices. And you can see O3 has completed this task in 17 minutes, gave me the conclusion, and then also identified all the sources it used. So I can go back and read them, validate them, make sure it's not hallucinating. Now, I would not ask you to blindly trust this, but review it, use your own judgment, go validate it. But it just goes to show how amazing the O3 is, that it not only does um, understand multimodal information, but can also do deep research and act as a researcher, a strategist, and a process operations expert to create the document that you see here. Fascinating, isn't it? The future of reasoning models is bright, and it is going to continue to give us superpowers that we can use every day at work. Go build something amazing.